everybody, welcome back to Revive and episode number 4.
Yeah.
We are back from Friday to Monday
Yes.
to make Mondays
Awesome again. MMM. Hashtag MMA.
Making Mondays awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, before we go any further, we have a new cast member.
Yes, please.
Well, it's not a new cast.
Yeah.
This
Well,
is not
yeah, we have a guest.
We have a
guest on the
Well,
show.
we said we're going to switch a lot of people around.
out. Yeah. Why are you here again? I thought we were switching you out this week. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because you came up with
Because
MMA.
he's making Mondays awesome.
Yeah. So we need you to make the Monday awesome.
That's why he's here.
Introduce yourself, please.
Hi everyone, I'm Richie Susanna and I'm part of the TKTYA team and I'm just grateful for all the opportunities that are coming my way.
Awesome.
She's an amazing writer. If you
Yeah.
haven't read her stuff, go and read her stuff and promise you'll be inspired. I was, so you will be.
Yeah, so like if you need some help writing papers for...
No.
I don't do that.
Yeah, don't contact her. That's what I'm
No,
saying.
don't contact her. Yeah,
contact
don't
her. She's
contact
not
her.
that kind of a writer.
Yeah, no.
Anyway, so yeah, we've been getting some great feedback over
Yes,
the
we
last few weeks. So people have been texting us, sending us emails, and we're really appreciative
Yeah.
of that. We want you to do that. Even more, like, do reach out to us. We'll do the best we can, pray for you, direct you to people we may know or organizations that can help you.
Yeah.
There's some people that are going through some stuff that have reached out to us.
Oh yeah, yes. And we did get a lot of emails as
Yes,
well, right?
yeah.
But yeah, it's going good. We're really glad that this is helping a couple of people. I know we've had a lot of comments coming in
Yes.
about how this was not something
Yeah.
that was
Right. See, so one of the comments
Yeah.
was, and this is not to hit at the person. I completely understand what he was trying to say.
Right.
He said there's a difference between depression and clinical depression.
Yeah.
Our whole thing was we're not trying to get behind the science of it.
Right.
Yes.
We were just trying to encourage you, motivate you. So we're just trying to do our part to
Right.
say, listen, we're here for you. We love you. We care for you. Want to pray with
Yeah,
you.
we're
wanna
here to
do-
listen.
Yeah,
we're
and we
here to
wanna do-
listen and talk to you.
Exactly, and you given the opportunity, we want to do life with you. So,
Exactly, yes.
that's the heart behind what we're trying to do, right?
Yeah.
So what's been happening in your lives? Anything interesting happening?
Interesting, I'm writing my exam.
Wait, episode 1, you said there
No,
was
episode 3, he shared his test 3, right?
No,
Testimony
one.
Okay,
One.
you shared your testimony about how you didn't have to write your exam.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm sharing my testimony again and writing my Wow.
So pray for you?
Yeah,
Okay.
Do you need prayer?
How many exams are you writing?
5.
5.
5.
Oh, wow.
Everything on one day?
No.
Are you writing this on Zoom?
No.
Okay.
In person?
In person.
Okay,
Oh,
so do you have to
man.
wear like a mask and a shield and all of that when you go? Or?
Just a mask
Just a mask,
Okay.
okay.
and sanitizer.
Okay.
Okay.
And
Awesome.
it's very interesting.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay, because I heard somebody said they're writing exams on Zoom.
On Zoom, so
How do you
they-
write exams on Zoom?
No, so I talked to someone who's in high school today,
Yeah.
and she was talking about how they have to have their Zoom, their camera on, and then they're writing on a piece of paper,
Yeah.
and then they have to scan it and whatever, and then send it across. So they can't. I mean, if you want a copy, you
Yeah.
come up with ways to do it, but then it's a harder version, I feel, versus having multiple windows open
Yeah.
at the same time.
Well, man, I wish we could do.
I know
exams
nothing
like
about that. I'm just saying, it
Yeah,
seems
I
a little
wish
bit more
I
easier.
had to write exams on Zoom.
I know,
I'd be
wow,
like
fun.
the state topper, right?
Wow.
So, anything interesting happening in your life?
We're back to
Yes.
back to India.
Yeah.
So we're kind
in
of
case
struggling.
people
in
didn't
case
know.
you didn't know,
Yeah.
which you probably didn't, because things
Yeah.
are kind of normal. Anyway, we're just battling the sleep cycle at this point.
Yeah, it's been 15 days. It's actually not normal to fight jet lag for so long. But
yeah.
it
But-
is. If we,
Making Mondays awesome.
Yeah, we're making Mondays awesome. Now about you. I know
Yeah.
you're new, but anything that worth saying on TV?
You have some exciting news, actually, right?
Oh,
Recently,
yeah.
yes. Please share it.
Yeah, so I got an opportunity to publish my work in a book. So
Oh, wow.
it's an anthology. So
Okay.
I got my work published. Actually, there are 2 books coming up. So one is already out and one is on the way. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So,
That is really-
what book is it in?
it's called Winsome Minds.
Winds of Minds.
Winsome.
Winsome Minds.
Winsome
Oh, okay.
Minds.
Yeah. Always winning.
Winning.
Let's go. Yes.
Yeah.
Winning.
That's awesome.
Okay,
It's really
and
exciting.
is it available to buy,
Yes,
purchase?
yes.
Okay,
It's
in the
on-
stores where?
It's on Amazon. You can.
Okay, so
it's-
guys,
Guys,
go
go and
support.
Yes,
Win
please
some,
go.
win some minds.
TKTYA.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
all about
Yeah.
winning
We're
in
all
this
about,
in this community.
Yes.
We're just
Yeah.
winning the
Winning-
morning,
winning
we're winning
life,
the day,
dominating
we're winning
life
Every day.
Every day.
We're winning always. Always winning.
How is
Every
your
concept.
workout
Oh man,
going?
it's
Wow.
been great. Oh, by the way, I set a personal record.
Okay.
Wow.
I set a personal. I mean, do you need proof?
No, I don't
Okay.
need proof. We're seeing.
I ran
proof.
1 kilometer in 4 minutes and 45 seconds.
Wow.
But the world record is 2 minutes and 12 seconds.
You get there.
I'll get
You'll
there.
get
I will get there
Yeah.
for sure.
I wanna see this.
And yeah,
I'm so proud of you.
thank you. Yes, I've been like, whew, just,
It's like
I don't know where the medal is, but I've been, but I've been
I'm
running.
sure it's coming soon.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming.
We're all about the fake winning it.
Yeah,
let's
we're
go.
winning it. We're winning it. All right.
Yeah.
So this week, I want to get into something that I think is very important, not just for young adults, but anybody in any sphere of life. I want to talk about friendship, or call it friends and associations.
Yeah.
And I think your association, and we said that in the last episode, can make you
Or break you.
or break you. And that is absolutely the truth.
Yes.
I'll share a personal story
Wow.
at the
going
end.
there?
I'll go
Okay.
there. I'll share a personal story in the
Exciting.
end.
Don't tune out, guys. Trust me, it's a good one.
But before we get there, let's start with you. Do you have best friends, or how does friendship look like for you? And just talk to us about that.
I think it's really great to have good friends because when you have good friends, I think growth is fun. Growth is interesting.
Together.
Yes, together.
Yes.
Growth is interesting. Like you learn from each other. I think because as human beings, growth is really important, and making growth fun is, I think, the ultimate part of it. Like you're interested in it, and you're growing, and you're building each other up. So that is one thing. So by God's grace, I'm having good friends. I can say that.
That's
That's
good.
good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
And so how do you, maybe this is going ahead of myself, but let me say, how do you select that group of friends? How do you know that, okay, what made you say this is a good person, or like this person is going to help me grow together, or this person is going to help my life?
I think because I've been with people who are not really healthy for
Yeah.
me. So I think I've learned it from experience, that I've seen myself surrounded with toxic people or unhealthy people. So after I learned my experience, now that I see people, I think I can recognize. I mean, I'm not saying I can just choose people
Yeah.
and tell that they're good, but I think I have a little because of the experience that I had, because of all the things that happened. I think I can now choose people that are healthy for me, that don't drain me mentally or
Yeah.
physically or emotionally in
Yeah.
any way. So I think those are the lines I think of when I'm letting anybody in my inner circle.
That's good. That's good. Excellent.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I found my friends, like the good friends and not so good friends, by experience. That is, I've been with them,
Okay.
and we crash landed, and then I found out, okay, these are not my people.
Yeah, the hard way to learn.
The hard way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
went the hard way.
Yeah.
And having friends is awesome, but also friends who actually care about you.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
people want you to be with them for the fun, but when it comes to the big thing that is your life,
Yeah.
about your well-being, they don't care about you.
Yeah.
Right.
So it is very important that you have friends who are with you. They make fun with you, but at the same time they are with you in your growth, as
Yeah.
she said, who are helping you to grow
Yeah.
in life
Yeah.
and being at every part of your life. And
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
That's an interesting point. You wanted to say?
I was just gonna say, I think one of the biggest factors to consider about, good or bad friends is how far have you come in your journey? Like, are you working towards your dream,
Yeah.
or are they kind of like pulling you back and saying, hey, you can work on your
Yeah.
dream later. Let's just go have fun for now.
Yeah.
Our pastor was talking to us a couple of days ago, and he said, there are two groups of people. One group of people, you have so much fun in the moment, but at the end of the day, you discover that you really haven't achieved much at all.
Yeah.
But then there are other people who don't really, it's not that you don't have fun with them, but their focus isn't just having fun,
yeah.
So yeah, you need to have a balance. You need to have those people that you don't constantly meet. You probably meet them once a month or once a week, and you have a great time with them, but don't expect too much out of it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you're not investing too much of your time there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think, listening to so far what we've talked about, there's the inner circle,
Yeah.
and then you have your
Yeah.
regular group
Yeah.
of friends. And I think it's
Of course.
very important that you protect
Yeah.
that inner circle.
Yes.
That inner circle doesn't have to be more than 2 people, I would
Right.
think, or
Yeah.
maximum 3. And it's like people you can trust,
Yeah.
people you can, like you would do anything. You have their back and they have your
Something
back.
you said about I think in the second or third episode about you being the smartest person in your group.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room.
yeah.
That's actually
That's,
if you think like that. And so what that leads to is to uncomfortable
Yeah.
positions, because you're not really comfortable in a room where you feel like you're I don't want to say the dumbest person, but like you're not the most smartest person
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
But that's good for you because
It'll
you're
push
in
you
it'll
towards
push
growth.
you
Yeah.
and you're but you have to be hungry to learn.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
right.
You have to be hungry to learn. Like,
Yeah.
even if you know it, don't act like you know it.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing I can, looking back on life in the last decade or so,
Yeah.
I can say that that's one of
I mean-
my setbacks. I know we all do
Yeah,
that.
nobody
like,
likes to know it all anyway.
Right.
So like, don't act like you know it all.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
sometimes
like
just
even if you know it all, just
shut up.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Right.
and just
Like,
listen to what somebody else has
exactly,
to say. Yeah.
Exactly.
That's right.
And so, because they've seen life, even if they've seen life 2 or 3 years ahead of you,
Yeah.
just follow that. And so, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's incredible about trying to look up to people who've seen life ahead of you.
Yeah.
But I
Yes.
also feel like sometimes you learn so much from people that are younger than you.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because you have totally different perspectives of
Absolutely.
life. So when you can just shut up sometimes and say, okay, teach me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk to me about this.
Yeah, like you need to have people that are mentors,
Yeah.
then you need to have someone that are peers, and then you have people that you are discipling.
Mentoring, yes.
Mentoring.
Yes.
So these are like the 3 groups of associations that you need to have in
Yeah.
life.
Yeah.
And you might say, well, I can't, like, who am I going to mentor? Well, listen, your life is an example. People are looking up to you.
Yeah.
You may not notice that, but people
Yeah.
are constantly watching what
Yeah.
you're doing.
Of course.
And you never know. They might be, it might just be your younger sibling at home.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're leading that person, or
Yeah.
that person is trying to look up to you.
Totally.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's like super important that we're keeping that in check and making sure
Yeah.
we're living that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That for me, well, before I get to me,
Yeah.
you have any?
Oh,
any,
me?
yeah.
I wasn't ready to share any experiences.
Not experiences, but like just Oh, one more thing I wanted to say. I think there's another quote I think which is also really powerful in this setting. It says, "Show me your friends, I'll show you your
Yeah.
future," or something
Wow.
like that. Like show me 5 of your friends, people you hang out with,
The 5
and
closest people.
the 5
and
closest people you hang out
I'll
with,
show you where you're gonna be.
and we'll show you where you're going to be. Meaning, the
Influence.
the influence, the sum total of the people you hang out with is who you're going to eventually turn out to
Yes.
be
Yeah.
in the future.
Yeah.
So if you're hanging around with people who are always coming up with excuses, who are lazy, who have a history of bad character, who just have a lying personality, you may not be that person,
Yeah.
but you'll end up being there
But
because
yeah.
influence is powerful. It'll rub off.
Exactly. And
Yes.
as much as you think, I'm a Christian and
Yeah.
I'm going to
Yeah.
be the one who's going to influence them,
Yes.
trust me, as much as you want to do that on the outside,
Yeah.
on a
Yeah.
subconscious level, you are constantly being influenced.
Absolutely.
Whether it's, I always talk about this when we have our talks
Yeah.
or our sermons or whatever.
Yeah.
I always talk about how you end up like one of your parent.
Yeah.
You have people saying, "Oh, you're just like your mom," or "You're just like your dad."
Wow.
It's not because you wanted to become like
Yeah.
them. It's just subconsciously that's all you saw your entire life.
Yes.
Yeah.
A lot of kids that come from homes that have broken marriages, that's the only image of a marriage they've
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
is what their mom and dad portray.
Absolutely.
So whether you like it or not, yes, you're protecting yourself, but subconsciously you're being influenced on an everyday basis that tomorrow when you're making a decision, it just comes naturally because you don't know you don't know that you've been exposed to this.
Absolutely. Like I know some great kids or great people that their family always has a history, and I'm not pointing fingers at
Yeah.
anybody. Always has a history of borrowing money.
Yeah.
All right. They for them debt is natural. All right. And so what happens is this person was never. They don't know what that feels like,
Right.
but because they're seeing that happening at home, and that becomes normal. 5 years, 10 years down the line, their future, they're in debt already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you're thinking like, how did that happen? You
Yeah.
don't even earn or you don't spend, but you're already in debt. Why? Because influence is happening. Association brings with it influence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's powerful of you need to choose who you're who you're
Exactly.
associating with. And so, and you cannot make it generalized to say, oh, well, I met them in church. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, church is such a,
diverse place.
Yeah, exactly. It's a diverse place.
It's a very diverse
and
place.
It's really wrong to use it as a cover.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
saying, oh, just because a person's Christian, goes to church, and it's probably even part of your life group, doesn't mean the person's
Yes.
good for
Yeah.
you. It's
Yeah.
it's your job to
That's right.
analyze
Yes.
if you want this in your life
Absolutely. Absolutely. Because you can't say, well, because we've seen a lot of stuff happen
Yeah.
in church
Exactly.
using church as the cover.
Oh my
so
gosh,
you
yes.
have to be careful, like, okay, first thing, a couple of things is, okay, do they love God, or do they have the same value system that I have? Do they follow the same, you know, because maybe the way they've been brought up at home is different to the way you were brought up at home.
So what is wrong or right to you is not wrong or right to me. It's completely different.
But at the end of the day, what's wrong or right in the Bible is what applies to everybody.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
And so, like, there's been so many instances, like, you know, when I was young, we'd go out to maybe visit some friends or visit family, and they would say, hey, can we, it would be like the most simplest things, like going out to go swim in the pool. That was not an automatic thing for me.
Yeah.
I had to get permission, approval, and 90% of the time it was going to be no.
Yeah.
And there was a reason behind it. Obviously, I was like, initially when there was some medical history that I was always sick at that time due to water and things like that. So I didn't know that though.
Yeah.
Right? And so I was like, oh, my parents hate me. They, you know, they don't want me to do anything fun in life. And, you know, I would be that person holding everyone's towels and just sitting on the side because that was me. But like, because that's the way I was brought up, and someone else. So that's not right for me, or that's not wrong for me, and that's not right for them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So friendship, I mean, association is powerful.
Yeah.
It's key. It can make you. It can break you. It can, you know, the right association can bring you to the right places.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's
like one right association can open up your destiny. Like you could be a millionaire literally overnight. You could like get married overnight. One association,
Whoa.
like
Whoa.
you don't know anything can happen with an association. Yeah, amen. All right. So let's get a little more deeper into that.
Yeah. Is there any experience that you guys would want to?
I think as a personal testimony, I think everybody in their lives has this share of, you know, problems where they're confused, where they just know what's happening, or where they're hurting, or where they feel everything is falling apart. For me, when I had something like that, God has been gracious to give me an opportunity to serve. So in the tiniest, in the minimalist of things, so I went ahead and as I was serving, unconsciously, there was healing happening on the inside. Because of this, it is also about association and the atmosphere. So my leaders and whoever I'm associating with in church, they started to talk about hope, they started to talk about love, about faith. So subconsciously that started to grow on the inside of me, and that started to bring healing.
That's good.
So I think association is definitely very powerful because it changed life. It's changed my perspective. So now I can see things on a different level.
Yeah.
So I think
talking about being, you know, consciously exposing herself to the right things, you know. I'm sure a lot of people are going through what you're going through with life falling apart and friends falling apart, but instead of listening to sad music and imagining that the rest of your life, you're going to be alone forever, instead of doing that, find ways to bring healing to yourself, you know. Go to church, go to life group, find people that can help you and speak life into you. Like, you know, if you caught what she said her leaders and, you know, the new friends she made, you know. Don't be afraid to let new people into your life, you know. I feel like a lot of people are uncomfortable letting new people come in because they don't know if they want to invest into this person again. If you want to get, you know, I think one thing in life is that you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
They're gonna be hurtful times in your life, so you can't keep protecting yourself from getting hurt. Take the leap, take the risk. If you get hurt, you fall down, you rub your knees, you get back up again.
Yes.
But just because you're scared that you're gonna fall, you can't not try.
Yeah, but that's, you know, that's a really tough place to be in.
Yeah, of course,
trusting
definitely.
people like
Oh my gosh, yes.
It's really tough, but I think at the same time you need to be very mindful and also pray about it, and then, you know, bring the right people close.
Right.
And there's some people, no ill will towards them. They need to be at that distance. And that's where their place is.
Exactly.
It may not feel, oh man, you know, we used to be the closest of people, but they're, you know, all over there. Man, that's probably where they're supposed to be.
And then there are people that are meant to, you know, be a part of your journey for a season. And then there are people that are meant to be there forever. But you can't just categorize them and say, oh, I like her, so she's going to be a part of my destiny forever. You never know how things are going to play out. So you need to really be open to this.
And also in the grand scheme of things, friends are going to fail you. All right, friends are going to fail you.
People change.
People change. You will be hurt. People will hurt you. There's no faith confessions you can do to like, because this is life, and things, life happens. But please be aware of this, that there is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. He will never fail, and I think that's a friend you should always have on your side. and that's Jesus, and you
Yeah.
need to have him always on your side, because that's a friend you can talk to anytime,
Yeah.
rely on anytime,
Would
the most
never fail
reliable,
you.
never
Yeah.
fail. As cliche as that sounds, it's that's how true it is,
Yes.
and that's how real it is.
Because if you can find your place in that relationship with God,
Yeah.
I feel like nothing else really matters.
And it won't affect you. Nothing else is really going to affect you to that
Yes,
extent,
yeah.
because
yes.
you know, man, I have a best friend, like
Yeah.
that I can always rely on.
Exactly.
And also sometimes you know that you have to let go of a person, but you're so entangled
Yes.
in that
Yeah.
you
Yes.
just don't know what to do. But I really think when you invite Jesus, just come in and you give him the permission to do whatever
Yeah.
he wants to do, I
Yeah.
think things will just turn around.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
right.
But taking that first step is the challenge.
Yes.
It's the
That's where you
challenge,
have to be bold
right.
Yeah.
and courageous and say, man, it's going to be hard to let it go.
Yeah.
Yeah, because sometimes people are in a space where they know, like you just
Yeah.
said, they
Yeah.
know they need to let it go,
Yeah.
but they're so concerned about, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings,
Yeah.
but
No,
You
and
know, and-
not only that, I don't know if I'm going to have another
friend
like that.
Yeah, but at some point, I know as selfish as this sounds, their feelings don't matter at that point. You need to
Yeah.
find yourself. You can't be losing yourself trying to please them and make them happy. At
Yeah.
some point, and I'm not talking about everybody. I'm just
Yeah.
talking about those toxic people that
Yeah.
you're not supposed to have in
Yeah.
your life.
Some people, they want to be part of, like they have the fear of being missed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's where they get, as she said, they get entangled.
Right.
Like, should I leave them or not?
Right.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they want to be a part of it,
Yeah.
but also something inside says that you shouldn't be. This
Exactly.
is not right for me.
Exactly.
Because when people come into your life, right away you don't know whether they're good for you
Right.
or not.
Exactly.
Right.
But as the process goes on, you're close with them and you are in everything that they do.
Yeah.
Right.
And you don't want to miss that, so it's very hard for some people to let go of that
Yeah,
because
that's true.
they're part of.
Yeah, I think as you were talking about that,
Yeah.
something that came to my mind, which I think you can apply to anything in life, don't trust people overnight.
Yes.
Yeah.
Never trust people
I
overnight.
think that's one of the
Yeah.
biggest issues
Yeah.
people
Like,
have.
because they'll be really good to you. Oh
Yeah.
man, you're so talented. I want to be your friend. This,
Yeah.
that. They probably come. They'll buy you something, and they take you out to
Yeah.
eat, and they're like, oh my. They'll go and do things out of their way because their intentions are really good. They
Yeah.
want to
Yeah.
be your friend, but don't trust them easily because
Yeah.
you don't know them like that. So
Yes.
Everybody has to pass the test of time
Yeah.
Yes.
to be what you call
Yeah.
a friend.
And as
And that association has
Yeah.
to be real and true.
true, yeah.
Yeah.
And as difficult as time is,
Yeah.
you need to just let it happen.
Let it happen.
Let it happen
Like,
organically.
and don't force anything. And if they're trying to force themselves, you need to take a step backwards
Yeah.
and say, hey, I'm busy with certain things. And
Yeah.
and another thing I want to say, learn how to say no, and
Yeah.
also it's okay
Yeah.
to say no.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Totally.
It's just the
Learn
most
how to say no.
amazing word.
Because
No.
no, literally, because in our culture, we have this tendency to please everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can you make it at 6:30? You know you can't because you have to be somewhere else.
Yeah.
Why are you going to say I'm going to try?
Yeah.
Don't say that. Just say no, I can't,
can't.
make it.
Right,
Because
yeah.
I'm busy with something else. They might feel offended at that time, but at least they know your no is a no,
Yeah.
and they know
you
your
at your
character.
word,
They
yeah.
they can take you at your word.
That's true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
But another thing is that going back to what they were saying about entanglement and feeling scared of letting someone go. As a person, we need to realize that our contentment and our happiness does not rely or is not based on another person.
Yeah.
So I feel like a lot of us, especially in this newer generation, all of us, I'm not just talking about you guys, but generally what they try to do is that their happiness is connected to you,
somebody else,
to somebody else.
Yes.
And that is dangerous.
Yeah,
That's
extremely.
dangerous because if you move, if you do something,
Yeah.
it's affecting my
Yes.
life,
Yeah.
and that's not right. And so, as long as you constantly keep having expectations for people, okay, she didn't do this or he didn't do that, so my life's falling apart. That's wrong. It's not fair to you, nor is it fair to the other person.
Yeah.
So we need to really, as especially as Christians, need to find the time to be able to spend time in the Word
Yeah.
and in prayer, so you know that your contentment doesn't come from people, but it
Yes.
comes from God.
Yeah.
And going the extra mile with me saying this, it doesn't even come from your spouse if you're married,
Yeah.
or if you're dating, or if you're gonna get married soon, or whatever. It doesn't come from your other half. And this statement of he completes me or she completes me. I feel like that's kind of like,
Yeah, you have to be complete
yeah.
by yourself.
It's actually wrong for you to get into a relationship or a marriage before you're complete yourself.
As you know, we may seem like amateurs in saying this, but I think we have a right to say it because we've seen so many things fall apart in front of us.
Exactly.
That we've learned by seeing that we don't have to put our hand in the fire to know
it.
that whole analogy. But yeah, that's powerful.
Yeah.
And even as we're getting into this journey of, in this relationship, that we're just going ahead, I think if the person is not right for us, I think we have those red flags that constantly show up.
Exactly.
Yeah,
that's really
always.
good.
They always show up, but I think we ignore them.
Yeah, exactly. Because we like the person too
Exactly.
much.
Exactly. So don't ignore the red flags.
Yeah.
Don't ignore the red flags.
The red flags. Red flags all over.
Oh man, red and white. Red flags.
Red flag. Yeah. So I think we do that on purpose to make ourselves feel better or not to offend the other person. Or like you said, we really like the
and then
person.
just we get deeper and deeper into it.
Yeah.
And then it's
Don't
not
want to
long
miss
before
out.
you're in the mess.
At a certain point, the flags don't come up anymore.
Yeah.
It's like we're part of it. You know, we're part of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to share something on this, which I think we'll pull the story apart. I'll share it very quickly, and so to show you the power of association and how having the right people in your life and the wrong people in your life can affect you. So basically, so I went to high school in the States, moved back. And I went to.
We're coming to your story.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to the Bible. Oh my gosh, okay.
No,
we were all ready for the Bible and the story.
Actually, no. I'm actually going to this story because I want to, because people, you look
This is juicy. Let's go.
Because you look at a pastor's, children, and you think, oh, they're perfect.
No, I'm perfect. I don't know about you. I'm pretty perfect.
I'm working my way there. Yeah. Okay, so moved back to India. And I went into intermediate, and my parents, for some reason, they thought it was the best idea to put me in the most prestigious institution, which was Sri Chaitanya, the Narayanguda branch, which is like, it's like one step away from Narayanguda Sri
Again,
Chaitanya.
like with an accent.
Sri Chaitanya Narayanguda, which is like, it's like the doorway to hell.
Sure, I agree.
Yeah, like just before hell, go there, and then you'll get saved or something. Like if you go to Sri Chaitanya, I don't feel bad. I'm not going to apologize. Worst institution ever.
I'm sure you'll have comments people
I
agree
don't.
with you.
I don't.
Agree
Yeah,
with
agree
you,
with
right?
absolutely. So I'll just share this story very quickly. The first month I was. I did not understand because the level of the education here was a little bit higher than what I was used to, and so I did not understand what they were saying. Like it was
Not
a
the level of education here, the level of education at Sri Chaitanya.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Next
Yeah,
level.
let's make that clear.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what happened was, you know how they give you the textbooks, right?
Yeah.
On the back they have pictures of all the state toppers. Right? So
you thought you had to study that?
No, I was bored, so I just drew beards of everybody, right? So the guy who's teaching, the professor, comes up to me and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm just drawing." He asked me to stand up and he started pinching me.
Wow.
I was like, "I'm not a kid. Why is this guy pinching me?" That's the day I left that institution forever.
That,
My
ladies
choice.
and gentlemen, is our youth oversight.
Right? Then I moved to this other institution, which will not be named at this point.
I think we should name it.
All right. And so I went there. So when I grew up around. Grew up being like the class top, like.
Oh.
No, wait, rephrasing this. He grew up being the goody two shoes.
Okay.
Everything. Okay.
Yeah, I was the topper. Like in my school, I was number one.
Every teacher liked you.
I would do the go recite poems for the school, win medals for the school, the whole thing, write essays and I was the best student there. Coming into this intermediate thing, first day I walk into this new institution, I sit beside a guy and come to talking, find out he's a Christian. Yeah. I'm like, wow, he's a Christian. And then, the first question he asked me is like, do you speak in tongues? I'm like, oh my gosh, I just found a friend for life. Like, if this person is saying, do you speak in tongues, that means he knows God. Yeah. And I said, yes.
What kind of tongues?
So
we found out later. Okay.
Yeah, I found out later. So anyway, come to find out, he was a Christian, but just the namesake Christian. But I said, at least I have him. Yeah. Anyway, long story short, got into the wrong group of friends. Oh. First year, I barely passed. So here I am, who is like the top of everything, to barely passing, to the second year where I passed out, but it was like not the best. It was like, hey, it's like, you know, you just made it.
And so I was always the perfect kid.
Yeah,
He messed
and
up
so
a lot.
and so looking back at it, I know it was my, you know, getting into the wrong space, getting into the wrong people.
Yeah.
And I can tell you now, there was a lot of red flags.
Yeah.
There was a lot, but I didn't pay attention to that, or no, I ignored it because I wanted to be accepted.
Yeah. Your whole world was red. Actually, it wasn't a flag. It was everything
It was
red.
red. I was just, the castle was red. No, it was bad. Like, you know, I wanted to be accepted. I wanted to be known as like, oh, okay, he's one of us. You know, of course, identity crisis and all of that. And so, and now looking back at it, I know it was that decision that I ignored that led to, you know, that, and then that led to so many other things that I'll share in future episodes.
Yeah.
But that part I can say was, man, if I chose my my circle of friends, my inner circle, or just my circle of friends wisely, or just hung out with the right, because there were good people in that place, like people who were doing well. I just didn't go
You
there
considered
because
them lame.
yeah, because they were not the you know.
They were not getting into trouble.
Yeah, they were not getting into trouble and all of that. So yeah, looking back at it, it's like, you know, because they would say, hey, I would say, well, we have to write a test tomorrow. It's like, yeah, you don't, you know, let's study. It's like, no, tomorrow we can go, and at that time Bluetooth was the big thing. So they
Wow.
said, hey, we'll be all connected.
You guys don't. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. You don't know what it's okay.
I know Bluetooth, but we never talked about
So they'd say, hey, let's just be all connected.
Don't use this in your
Yeah,
exam
don't-
tomorrow.
no, we never-
Nobody uses it.
I'm like being super vulnerable right now
Yeah.
and giving you this story. But there's, hey, let's all be connected on Bluetooth and, you know, write the exam together. And we wrote it like that. And so,
Wow.
You passed?
yeah, we passed. And then we went out and we actually got the question paper for the exam a day before. And we've done stuff like, I know it was the wrong crowd. That was all red flags.
I'm so sorry, guys,
Hopefully
that
we're
you had
not-
to hear this.
Yeah. But
No,
I've repented. I've gone to the altar multiple
Did you
times.
rewrite the exam? No.
No.
Was your life easy? Yes.
Not always.
I
not
feel
always.
you need to suffer for this, just a little bit.
No. I'm done. I'm done with all of that. But that's to say, you know, association can truly affect you.
Yeah.
That put me back because I lost confidence in studying because I didn't think I could do well, and it showed on my university for the first couple of years as well. Until I could get back into the right group of people, start to do well, and then get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, talking about red flags, I think we're talking about
Yeah.
this a lot. I feel like we need to really explain this to people that don't get it.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Did your conscience prick you the
Yes,
first time?
always.
Yes.
It always does.
Okay.
It still does, and it all.
Can you explain how that feels? Because when you explain
Okay.
it, I feel like people will connect
Okay.
to what you're trying to say.
Red flag. The best way to explain it is, classic example. They say let's bunk.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a classic example,
Okay.
right? You know that's not the right thing to do,
Yeah.
and you make that decision in your mind. You're thinking of all the consequences. Okay, parents are at office. They will not know. They won't call. By the time they call, I'll already be at home.
Yeah.
I can make up. So you're already making up that story in your head. But at the time you're about to do this action, get into this action, your heart starts beating fast.
Yeah.
You're sweating slightly.
Yeah.
You're finishing up bottles of water for
There's an uncomfortable feeling in your
yeah,
heart.
you have to use the restroom twice, once or twice, and it's like,
Yeah.
and then for the first hour after you do it, you're still a little
Yeah.
scared,
Yeah.
and then it starts to slowly settle in, and
Yeah.
you put your phone, you switch off your phone because you're gonna tell your mom that your battery ran out,
Yeah.
and then you tell your friends, you block your mom's number so that if she calls you, that they can't reach you. I'm giving a lot
You
of
have it all
ideas out
planned.
there.
We already
I
But-
mean, if we used half of this energy in real life, I feel like we'd make it, you know?
But so that's, I think, what a red flag
So
feels like.
when do the red flags stop? What does it take for you to do, you know, for the red flags to stop? When do they stop?
You either completely cut off
Okay.
from the wrong thing, or you are so much into it now that your conscious is changed to you
Right.
know,
This is what I wanted to get
your
at.
conscious change. What is wrong now does not feel wrong. Now that is right for you.
Yeah. There you go.
Yeah, I think the Bible says your conscience is seared,
Yeah.
like, and it no longer you
Feel.
don't feel it
There's
anymore.
no more feeling.
Because now this has become your lifestyle,
Yeah.
and you already know you're going to make up a story.
Yeah.
By the time
It's already to the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You're
I mean, let's take it
fabricating.
from the most like silliest thing, like
Yeah.
a lie.
Yeah,
The
it's
first
a lie.
time you
It's
lied
a
to your
lie. Yeah.
parents, it's like, oh my gosh, like I've committed the biggest sin of my life. Versus like 2 weeks from now when you're doing it on a constant basis, I'll just say sorry and I pray.
And then, our Christians have this classic thing of, oh yeah, I'll just ask God
to forgive me. Yeah. Which is, wow.
We can't go into that right now because we're running out of time. We're out of time actually.
Yeah.
But before we leave for tonight, I want to share an example from the Bible very quickly, and I want you guys to go ahead and read this. 1 Samuel chapter 13.
I think
2
this is
Samuel.
2 Samuel chapter 13. Yeah. Thank you guys.
You're welcome.
Is a story
See,
of...
we were prepped for this exam.
Did you have Bluetooth?
No, we don't. We don't. We actually read our Bible.
Awesome. It's a story of Amnon and his sister, half-sister, and Absalom and King David, and how the wrong people advised, the wrong friend, Jonadab, advised Amnon. That led to an extremely gruesome, tragic event in the life of Tamar. Yeah. And that led to so many things, to death and hate and rebellion in David's kingdom. And if you just read through that story, it's super powerful. We'll talk about that on our next show, but we'll go into that story actually, because it's really, really important to know that association over time it doesn't mean that, oh, it happened then, it won't happen now. It's not like that. It's constant. It's almost like a law that's in motion.
Yeah.
That what you sow, you're gonna reap.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's like that. Any last thoughts?
I was reading a devotion in the morning today, and I really thought, because no matter how much time we spend with a person, maybe they can fake it all, and we just don't know their pure intentions.
Yes.
Right.
So I was reading through this devotion, and it said our total security lies in God.
Yeah.
So I think when we are covered, when we pray and we do things according to God, I think the security is around us.
Yeah.
And even though things go a little, we fumble, but we still know that God is protecting us from all their bad, all their bad thoughts that they have against us.
Yeah.
So I think that's really powerful, that in God alone we have a security.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts from you?
Yeah. Choose the right atmosphere.
That's good.
First red flags, you find it in the atmosphere.
Right.
Atmosphere.
You're uncomfortable in the atmosphere. Yeah.
So
That's true.
when you get the red flag, just check with someone, check with yourself.
yourself.
Is this right?
Yeah, checking with yourself. Let peace be your umpire.
Absolutely.
If you're praying, if you're spirit filled, you're praying. If you don't have peace in your spirit, if you don't have peace in your heart about a person, a situation, or a place, get out. Get out before it's too late. Because when it's too late, not only do you have to fix yourself, but you have to fix the entire mess that's created with it. So let peace be your umpire when you're finding the right friends and people you want to spend time with.
Yeah, I'd like to say, check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
Wow.
Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Tried and tested.
Yeah, tried and tested. Absolutely tried and tested, because don't ever ignore that thing, that that feeling, which we call it a red flag, but it's almost like God speaking to you, and it's okay to say no. Say no to the wrong. Say no to the wrong people. Say yes to the right. No. Say no to the wrong people. Say yes to the right people. All right.
No.
Well, that's part one of this series we want to do for maybe a few more weeks. We want to get into some more scenarios and stories. Write to us if you're looking for a friend. We're here for you.
Also share your experience.
Yes.
We'd like to talk about your experiences on the show as well.
Absolutely.
So if you have something interesting and you want to talk to us, then please write to us.
We're here to pray for you. Email us. You can be anonymous. There's a number. You can WhatsApp us. Be anonymous. We only want to pray with you. We want to counsel you. We want to be with you. Do life with you. And any way we can help you, know that we're here for you. All right. Yeah. Well, till next time. Peace out. God bless you guys. Take care. Making Mondays awesome.
Awesome.